So, I will talk about the three main reform in Edo period. The first is the reform of Kyoho. In 1760, Kyoho first, the 8th shogunate Tokugawa Yoshimune, this person, he started to reform. He setting the shogun's finances in order. In 67, 21st, he installed the complaint box, 目安箱. This is a 目安箱. And next year, he said the 上げ米のせい. That is a fundamental law give up a certain amount of rice instead of reduction of the burden of Sankin Kotai. In 1742, Kanho, he enacted the criminal law for trials and punishment. くじかたおさだめ書き. So, the second reform is the second of 完成. 完成の改革. So, this reform was did by Roju Matsudaira Sadano, this person, from 1787, Tenmei 7th. And the political turmoil and set shogunate finances in order. Forbade persons from walking away from home. Hatamoto, Mada is a direct retainers of the shogun, and Gokenin is the shogunate's followers, to lead a frugal life. He also did kakoimai. Kakoimai is a fundamental law, save a certain amount of rice, and made persons build storehouses to save rice in preparation for famine. Here is a 完成医学の金. That is a learning expect 朱子学. 朱子学 is the teaching of Chu Shi. That was a Chinese person in the past, and he was banned. That was banned, but prohibited. He came down hard on public morals. Because of those, Sadanobu, this person, reformed was strict and faced opposition from the people, so he fell from power in only just 6 years. So third reform the third reform is the reform of temple. In the 1830s, the temple famine happened. Temple no daikiki. The persons riot and the urban riot. Ships of Russia, Britain, and the United States came close to Japan and required Japan to open the country. That two things in Japan has two big problems. This one and this one. So this reform was did by Roju Mizuno Tadakuni, this person. Here is a thrift ordinance, Kenyakure. Law, he made a law returning people, 人返しの方, and the Agechi ordinance, Agechi Day. Finally, the third law, Agechi ordinance, didn't succeed due to opposition by feudal lord, and he directly retainers of shogun, Hatano. In 1843, 1014, he fell from power, so this repression didn't succeed. So, the late stage of Edo period. The four black ships allied, led by Matthew Perry in 1843, Kae 6th to Japan. And in next year, Matthew Perry and Black Sheep come again. Japan made a treaty of peace and amity between the United States and the Empire of Japan. We call the 日米和親条約. That was written to supply food, water, and coal to the United States ship. In 1858, Ansei V made a treaty of amity and commerce between the United States and the Empire of Japan. We call 日米修好通商条約. But that was an unequal treaty, 不平等条約. So, the Tairo means the chief minister of Edo shogunate. Naosuke, this one. He signed this treaty. This treaty has two unequal points. First, consisted exterritoriality, 治外法権. And this treaty had no right of customs, autonomy of Japan, 関税自主権の欠如. So, and the shogunate made similar treaties with Netherlands, Russia, Britain, and France and Japan. So we call the Ansei Five Power Treaties, Ansei 5カ国条約. So after this, in Japan, two thoughts fight each other. First, the unification of the court and the shogunate, 公武合体. This one. And the imperialists, anti-foreigners, 尊王攘夷. So finally, this will go to the dissolution of the shogunate. So, from 1858 Ansei 5th to 1859 Ansei 6th, Ansei purge, he led it, the Naosuke did. So according to this, he was killed by some Roshi, is one of the samurai who has they doesn't think good for Naosuke. But we call the Sakurada incident. It's 1860, Ansei 7th. So Roju Ando Nobumasa, he tried to unite the court with the shogunate, 公武合体. In 1862, Bunkyu 2nd, Namamugi incident happened. A British man was killed by Satsuma domain. The next year, the Anglo-Satsuma War happened because of Namamugi incident. And the Shimonoseki campaign, Shimonoseki Jiken also happened. Choshu domain fired gun to America, France, United Kingdom, and Netherlands ships. So those things, shogunate decided to expedition to Choshu, and twice. First one, Choshu surrendered to Baku in 1864, Genji first. The second one, shogunate lost to shogunate lost to Choshu. After this, Satsuma and Choshu domain make an alliance. So next year, 1867, KO 3rd, the return as the other time 5th shogun, Tokugawa Yoshinobu, decide the return of the power back to the emperor, Taisei Hokan, like that, on October 14th. So 2 months after 2 months, the decree for the restoration of imperial rule, Ose Fukko no Daigore. So that represents the Edo shogunate was roiled, Edo Bakufu shometsu. From 1868 KO 4th or Meiji 1st to 1869 Meiji 2nd, the Boshin War happened. That is a civil war between the former shogunate and the new government, like a court. Thank you for watching.